Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. Today's video was actually requested by one of you guys over on Instagram. I asked you what kind of videos you'd like to see, and one of you said how to make a prayer board video. So that's what today's video is going to be all about. I hadn't actually updated my prayer board in quite a long time, so I thought this would be a perfect opportunity to get it all updated. Now, I love having a prayer board because it's something that I can look at on a regular basis and just reminds me to pray, inspires me to pray, and reminds me of some of the things that I want to be praying about. So the first thing we need to do is find a board to make our prayer board on. So you could have a pin board like this one, an old whiteboard like this one, a whiteboard like this one, or pretty much anything you could find. Some of you, if you own your house or your property, might be able to use directly onto the wall. If you're allowed to pin or blue tack things directly onto the walls, that'll be fine. But do check that you're allowed to do that before doing it. If you don't have any of these kind of boards, you could even just use a big cardboard box and that would work absolutely fine. So let's start setting up our prayer board. So the first thing I want to do is add some twine to this board to make a washing line type effect that I can peg some of my prayers to on this board. And there we have a whole washing line ready for us to peg some of our prayers onto. The next thing we need to do is find the things that we're going to attach to our prayer board. So I mentioned earlier that I like to use my prayer board as something to inspire me to pray and remind me of things that I want to be praying for. So some examples of things that we could be using for this. What have I got to add to my prayer board? The first thing I have that I like to add onto my prayer board are these little cards that I've coloured in. These are from the Psalms in Colour set created by Christian Art Gifts, and these are just little cards that have got pictures for you to colour in and passages and verses from the Psalms on them. So these are really lovely, and they're blank on the other side, so you can write on a prayer on the other side and then colour this side in and decorate them to attach them onto your prayer board. So these are all different things that I've been given over the last few years that remind me either of certain events or certain things to be praying for. So this was a card I got at the Holy Habits retreat a few months ago. This was a passage from Deuteronomy 31 verse 6. Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid or terrified because of them, for the Lord your God goes with you. He will never leave you nor forsake you. So I really like that verse, and we used that in a Mother's Day sermon a few years ago at church, so I like to keep that one. This is a postcard about North Korea, which is the most dangerous place to be a Christian at the moment, according to Open Doors, the charity. So this is a really good reminder for us to be praying for specifically North Korea, but also the persecuted church around the world. And this is a little card that we had made for our sermon series at church last year. I think it's just a really nice reminder to have on a prayer board, to remind me to pray, to read the Bible, to draw near to God, and that He will draw near to me. Something else I like to have on my prayer board is Bible verses from Scripture. So these are just a couple that I made a long time ago for a sermon illustration. They're just a really nice colourful way to add Scripture onto my prayer board. Something else that's good to add onto your prayer board is things that you receive from any charities that you support or charities in your local area. So these are a couple of different things from charities that I've supported in the past that just remind me to keep praying for the work of those charities and the people that they serve. And this one obviously is quite big compared to everything else, but I thought this would be a really good thing to kind of just cut out the little prayer requests from this prayer letter, just to remind me to pray for those things. A super basic way to start with your prayer board is just little slips of paper that you can write people's names on, or the names of situations or certain places that you want to be praying for, and just add these onto your prayer board as you go. These are just pieces of coloured paper cut up, so you can keep adding these on as you think of more people or as more people ask you to pray for them. So let's start attaching these things to our prayer board. So here are my completed prayer boards. As you can see, I've kind of kept this one as all just names of people that I know and want to pray for, and this one is more of scripture and things that I've been given and little cards that I've written as well, the kind of things to look at and to pray through. I keep both of these on a shelf in my bedroom. I find that's a really great place for me to see them on a regular basis and for it to inspire me to pray at the beginning of the day and at the end of the day specifically. So as well as showing you how I've created my prayer board, I also wanted to share some other creative ideas for how you could make a prayer board, perhaps if you don't have some of this stuff or if you're a bit tight for space as well. These are some other fun ways to help inspire you to pray around your house. You could use your banister and attach luggage tags like this one to it. You could use pipe cleaners to make people or objects that represent the things that you want to pray for and then attach these to your prayer board. Or you could put all the things that you would have put on your prayer board in a container like this one that you can come back to and have a look in on a regular basis. So those are our ideas for different ways that you can make a prayer board. I hope you've enjoyed this video and found it helpful. If you have, please do give it a thumbs up and subscribe down below to see more videos from me and Arnold. If you try making a prayer board yourself, do take a picture and send it to us. We would love to see that. You can find us over on Instagram at ArnoldPrays. And we will see you next week for a new video. Bye!